What's up guys, my name's Alia and I'm here with a legendary Fortnite video. Hello everyone, I'm the Finesse God, here pulling off the impossible at a push Fortnite reenactment. Shout out to my man Christian for giving me this idea. Not really a big fan of Fortnite, but it put me onto this game and I'll admit it's pretty cool. Also want to thank Toma to my right and Carlos to my left for helping me out every weekend with this project. Now let's not waste any time and get right into it. Hey, Finesse God. Oh my god, bruh. Every time it's always something new with this man. Yeah, Jonesy? You should start your video with the 7 Years War. You remember? It was the 7 Years War. Yeah, I know, Jonesy. Yeah, I know. Then hurry up. Alright, here we go. The 7 Years War. We finna get at it. Make sure to like and subscribe. Alright, just for context, the Raven skin, this one will be portrayed as the Indians or an Indian, and the Dark Knight will be portrayed as the British or a British soldier. On the other hand, that's not important. Move, get out the way, get out the way. Me, yeah, I will be the Dark Voyager because it's the host with the most, you dig? What's most important to know about the 7 Years War is the causes and effects. Now before we land Mississippi and Ohio River valleys, let's truly understand the essence of this war. Get it? The essence of? Never mind. Make sure you understand that the 7 Years War was an economic one. It was truly a fight for land. This battle was between the Native Americans and French versus the British and the colonists. The French, au revoir, oui oui, sacre were closing in on the Mississippi and Ohio River valleys, forming alliances with American Indians, trying to dominate fur and deerskin trade. The British took offense to the French building forts in the Ohio River Valley.
Captain!
Yeah?
However, a reason the British wanted to move west was because of the natural resources the colonists were producing to them. Mercantilism plays a huge part in this war, eventually leading them to the decision to take control of the Ohio River Valley. With George Washington as general, taking some fat L's and heavy W's, he successfully claimed the west of the Mississippi River with the peace treaty, and the colonists proceeded to move west. The effect of this fight was the British had increased their land, and so did the colonists, and they also went into a major debt, which is a huge problem for the future colonists, leading us into the effect of the French and Indian War was debt, causing the British to make financial gain for them to maintain the British Empire from the colonies to the Axe. However, what came first was the proclamation line of 1763. Pontiac? Ponytail? Thumbtack's Rebellion was a rebellion of angered Indians furious of the western movement from the colonists. While destroying colonist forts and settlements, the British sent over troops to stop the uprising. Remember, they are already in debt, so this hurt their pockets. So in an effort to stabilize the western frontier, the British government issued the proclamation that prohibited colonists to cross or invade west of the Appalachian Mountain. to prevent future conflict between the colonists and Indians. The colonists hoped to gain that land for assisting the British in the war. This was one of the many acts that angered the colonists. No continuity, however, the change over time was a dramatic increase of acts the British put on the colonists. Let's decode a few. The Sugar Act was to raise money for the crown, placing taxes on foreign sugar and certain luxurious items. The Quartering Act required the colonists to provide housing and even food for the British soldiers. The Stamp Act required colonists to pay tax on most printed paper, including documents and newspapers. The Declaratory Act asserted that Parliament had the right to tax and make laws for the colonies whatsoever. This created conflict between colonists and the British government. There was a Townshend Act that put taxes on goods imported to the colonies like glass, paper, and tea. However, the colonists felt like this was abuse of their power. However, it was repealed due to a change in prime ministers. This was a change over time, the increase of acts against the colonists. The cause of these acts had an effect. The reaction of these acts included the Boston Massacre, the Boston Tea Party, and the Coercive Acts. The Boston Massacre was an event where British troops opened fire on a group of colonists that so-called harassed them, killing around 5 people. The reaction of the Boston Massacre created an anti-British feeling. The Boston Tea Party was a reaction to the taxes the British put on tea, even after making it cheaper. The colonists believed buying it would support their right to tax. Then we all know how the colonists copied the tea off the ship after sneaking on it. The king, as well as the parliament, being extremely furious in retaliation, they created 4 acts to punish the colonists, called the Coercive Act. The cause of the Coercive Acts was the Boston Tea Party, and the effect of the Tea Party was the Coercive Acts. The Port Act closed the port of Boston until the destroyed tea was paid for. The Massachusetts Government Act reduced the power of Mass Legislative while increasing the power of the royal governor. The Administration of Justice Act allowed royal officials to be tried in Great Britain rather than the colonists. They expanded the Quartering Act for British troops to be quartered in private homes. This applied to all colonies. It's very important to understand the causes of the French and Indian War. Here's a timeline to sum up the video. Prior to the war, French and Indians had a respectable trade system between each other. However, the French and British both wanted the Ohio River. For this caused the war. The major debt of this war led to taxes on the colonists to make the money back. Also at the time, the colonists wanting more of the land but kept fighting with the Indians caused the Proclamation Line. The Boston Massacre caused the anti-British feeling, causing the Boston Tea Party. And this leads us to the Coercive Acts, for the British trying to make up for all the lost money that was the tea. This is extremely important because all of this will lead up to the American Revolution, which I will make a video about later. Remember these terms, be these terms, and you'll for sure get a #1 battle royale on that AP test. My name is Fudness, and thank you so much for watching.